has had me feeling really, really cozy. I think it was the longer, warmer weather that we've had and all of the fall colors that we've enjoyed on our hikes, that I look back at my photos for October and everything is that butternut squash pumpkin color. I'm going to kick off this video with making butternut squash soup. Today I'm making butternut squash soup and realized that I might be able to use all the parts. I'm thinking of trying to make dye out of the butternut squash pulp, and I'm going to roast the seeds and keep some of them aside to plant next year in the garden. I love making butternut squash soup because there's so many variations, but really the ingredients are very simple and it's an instant hit here at my house. Just like pumpkin seeds, you can also roast butternut squash seeds, and they are equally as delicious. Then went ahead and tried to make some natural dye out of the leftover sort of stringy bits that go between the flesh and the seeds of the squash. It was a ton of work, and maybe I just didn't have enough of the butternut squash to make enough impact on the wool batting that I tried to dye. So it's pretty much the same color, which means I can try again, maybe with something else. But nonetheless, I did attempt to do it, and you know, not everything is going to be a success. Are you going to hike on the Bruce Trail? This weekend, we are going to start off where we ended in the Beaver Valley Club section of the Bruce Trail. We're going to begin at Kolapore parking lot, walk up a little ways to reconnect with the Bruce Trail, follow the trail along, and along this trail we're going to see a number of fantastic lookouts here, and I believe here and along this section somewhere. We're also going to see something called Pinnacle Rock somewhere in this area, followed by some caves, as well as we're going to either ascend or descend part of the escarpment somewhere in this area. We're going to end the day right down here. Overall, it's going to be about 19 kilometers. Thanks, Magic. Another theme that I picked up on for October was apples. I'm sure it's been my theme every October, but it just seemed particularly strong this October. I think the area that we were hiking had a lot of old apple trees, and I mean, that just makes a ton of awesome trail snack. I was also feeling very apple-y, so I don't always make an apple pie every year because I'm making pumpkin pies. I made a pretty good looking apple pie. This year I was really pleased with the lattice work that I did. I'm always seeming to be missing an ingredient when I bake, and this was no exception. I didn't have any good eggs for the putting over the crust for making it kind of like that golden color. So I Googled it, and they said you could use heavy cream, which I also didn't have, but I had whipping cream, which is made from heavy cream. So I tried that and it seemed to be okay. So that's my tip to you, in case you're ever missing that part of your baking ingredients. Smell-o-vision. Oh my goodness. This pie looks so delicious. Just pulled it out of the oven. You have to wait a little bit to eat it. Once the fall colors are about 80%, you don't really have much time to enjoy them. So mid-October, I actually did 2 back-to-back hikes. So I did a short hike with some friends at Scarborough Bluffs on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday, I met up with the usual group to do the Bruce Trail. cozy tea. We hiked Kolapore to Old Baldy, and what can I say? I am as pleased as I expected this hike to be. This is highly recommended to you that you do this section of the Bruce Trail. Now, it is challenging. It's particularly challenging in the fall when the leaves are slippery and there's mud. So we were a bit slower than anticipated just because we really had to be careful. There were a lot of up and downs, some very steep inclines, but absolutely stunning. I was just pleasantly surprised the entire time. Okay, it was a cold day for us, and I think in October we really have to be better at planning and even bringing some winter stuff, toques and mittens, because even though the forecast did not tell us it would snow, it was snowing on the way up to this hike. By the end of the day, it was beautifully warm and sunny, and it felt like we went through all 4 seasons in probably 5 hours. They don't even care. Oh guys, this is so fantastic.
Hi, this is a video of me and Mike hiking.
There's also a side trail at Metcalf Rock, and I really wanted to do that. It looks very cool. But again, we just didn't have time. We were already doing 20 kilometers that day, and with the conditions, I just thought it would be too long. And of course, we also have shorter days right now. There's a couple of beautiful lookouts at Metcalf Rock. You might hear my cat next to me. I knew that people did some rock climbing in the area, but I didn't know really what to expect. There were several rock climbers there. That's so cool though, right?
Just looking at them, I'm just like,
Yeah, I agree, Cameron. No, I don't like this. That's not my jam at all.
oh no, yeah, you can't sit on the ground.
are as gorgeous as my eyes. At some point after Metcalf Rock and before Pinnacle Rock, we came across some outcroppings of shale layered rock that were sticking out. So at first I thought, oh, is this Pinnacle Rock? Because I was just expecting something a bit more impressive, even though that was pretty cool. And sure enough, you'll know Pinnacle Rock when you get to it by, like, you can't miss it. And there's also a sign on it, so in case you weren't sure. Well, I really want to go back and do this trail again in warmer, less wet conditions, just to enjoy it in a different way. Every hike can be a new experience in different weather and different seasons. Mushrooms. Pinnacle Rock, A+. Another feature that we didn't get to really experience were these Duncan crevice caves. We went by some crevices. We didn't see people around. We've seen lots of crevices on this hike, so we didn't really know where the caves were, and we thought it'd be more obvious. We got to the parking lot and realized somehow we missed it. After Duncan Crevices Caves Provincial Park, we had quite a bit of sort of road walking, and after that I knew we'd be either going up or down the escarpment because Old Baldy is on top of the escarpment. I didn't realize we were going to go up and then go down and then go back up again. I don't think anyone did. I mean, it was absolutely great because we were hugging that escarpment rock. But again, that just adds to the challenge. After that, you're basically on top of the escarpment. A lovely, lovely walk. The orange and the blue sky.
Got enough rope.
I didn't know on the map it says there's this feature called McCluskey Rock. I didn't realize what that was. McCluskey Rock is so cool. I'm glad that I didn't over-research because that just takes the surprise out of things. We're at the bottom of the escarpment and I look up and it's basically a straight vertical climb and you just see the escarpment. I'm like, oh boy, at least I knew at this point this is probably our last climb until we got to our cars, at least our last steep climb. So up and up and up we went, and it was, and then you see like the escarpment opens up and there's this really cool walkway path in the escarpment where it's split. We're going up here. This is very cool though. After you ascend through McCluskey's Rock, you walk a little bit on the escarpment and then another fantastic lookout appears. And it's very cool. You'll see there's a sign there. It gives you kilometers to different landmarks or portions of the trail. And I believe at that point it said we were 455 kilometers from Queenston and 415 kilometers to Tobermory. As you can tell, I have a lot of fun hiking and camping and putting these videos together, and I hope that you're getting something out of them. I really appreciate that you're watching. Please remember to follow and share. That helps support me in my endeavors here. It's encouraging. And we'll see you on the trails.